The Black WaveTable VCO by Erica Synths is a wavetable oscillator that has 16 banks with 16 waves each. Wavetable oscillators are known for their dynamic sound capabilities, and this module is no exception. It has a huge sound, and this is what it's like. This is the volt per octave input. This is where you feed the module pitch information. When there's nothing plugged into this port, the module plays C4 at 262-ish Hz, which is standard for most VCOs. This port's also polyphonic, so you can play chords if you like. This is the main audio output, and this is the sub output. The sub can play in one of three modes selected by this switch. 1 plays 1 octave down with the same waveform as the main output. 2 plays 2 octaves down with the same waveform as the main output. And 3 plays 1 octave down but plays a transistor sub-oscillator wave. It's kind of like a square wave sawtooth mixed together. Combining the main output with the sub output can make a big, round tone, like this. Usually, doubling the pitch 1 octave down creates a richer, fuller, and more powerful sound. You can do this with any two oscillators, but with this sub-output it makes it easy to create a huge, bassy tone. The frequency knob is how you manually alter the pitch of the oscillator. It can be done either in coarse, which has a span of 8-ish octaves with a little extra on the bottom, or in fine, which has a span of 2 semitones. The tuning on this gets a little wonky when you switch between these settings. If it's on fine, then C4 is all the way left, and you can bring it up to D4, which is kinda odd. In coarse, it goes from G♯0 to C8 with C4 in the middle. This button here is how you switch between the 16 banks, and this knob chooses among the 16 waves in each bank. I'd like to encourage you to check out all of them because they're great, but here are several of my favorites. This knob introduces bit crushing into the waveform. Bit crush is the reduction of the bit depth, and therefore lowers the resolution of the sound. This gives the sound a gritty quality, often described as crunchy or raw. Here's how a sweep of the knob sounds with one of the waveforms. This port is used to modulate the wave knob, and this is the dedicated attenuverter. That means you can select between the waves by sending modulation to this port. We also have this port here that takes a control voltage and can modulate several parameters, and this is its dedicated attenuverter. By default, it modulates the bit crush function, but in the context menu, which is accessible by right-clicking on the module, you can set it to modulate the bank, the frequency, or set it to voltage-controlled amplifier. If we switch this to VCA mode, then we are able to send an envelope into this port and shape the amplitude of the sound. Here's what that can sound like. Of course, it doesn't have to be an envelope. We can get a wobble with an LFO, or dynamic swells with a slewed random voltage generator. Those are all of the functions, and now that we know how it works, let's have a look at a patch. You can download this patch in the description if you don't want to try and build it yourself. In this example, we have the Black WaveTable oscillator as two of our main voices. It's the melody and the bass. We have Eugene, which is a Euclidean rhythm generator, playing 13/32. We're using this as our trigger source, which initiates an ADSR and goes to the CV input of the Black WaveTable VCO. Set to VCA mode. This way the amplitude of the oscillator is shaped to make pleasant notes. I'm modulating the release of the envelope based on random voltage generated from a noise module and a sample and hold. The sample and hold is triggered every tick of the Eugene, so each note has a different random release time. That makes it so some notes are emphasized. It's a fun way to add some dynamics and accents. Pitch information is being sent to the Black wavetable from a small 4-step sequencer. I'm slightly modulating the wave within the wavetable with oct by Instruo, which is also modulating tangents by volt, and that's the last step before the mixer. And here's how the bass sounds just by itself. Next, the melody is created in Foundry by Impromptu. This generates our pitches and triggers, so it's fed to the volt per octave input for the pitch information, and an ADSR, which then goes to the Black wavetable CV in, set to VCA, just like we had in the bass. I'm modulating the wave within the table again with oct by Instruo, and finally we have a vibrato effect. I have a clocked LFO that is attenuated and then sent to the micromap. I set the micromap to turn the frequency knob, and then just dialed the attenuverter until it wiggled the frequency knob a little bit above and below the pitch of interest. This gives it a slightly out of tune vibe, but not in an annoying way. I added a super simple drum setup, and here's how it all sounds together. That's it for this run through. If you like this kind of stuff, please consider liking, leaving a comment, and subscribing if you haven't already. If you like free stuff, all of my content will forever be free on my Ko-fi page. We have a new supporter on the list. Shout out to Richard Gresset, or is it Grisette? Thank you so much for your generous support, Richard. You rock and your support is much appreciated. Shout out to my other supporters as well. Your names will be immortalized on my webpage because you're all awesome. In the next video, we're going to go over some math that's used to calculate pitches in hertz. I'm really glad that some folks left some comments about it. Thanks for checking this video out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.